Two divers descended to 60 meters. John's dive computer warned him about the depth. Relying on his deep diving experience, he ignored the warning and kept going. Barry felt a slight dizziness, but trusting John, he didn't ask to ascend. Soon, they reached 68 meters, exceeding John's limit, and far beyond what Barry could handle. Nitrogen narcosis began to set in. John's judgment slowed, his movements sluggish. Barry grew disoriented, his eyes glazed. He couldn't control his buoyancy, his body drifting up and down uncontrollably. John was the first to notice something was wrong. He realized his body had somehow become tangled in the safety line. Barry was floating nearby, unresponsive. John's dizziness worsened. He struggled to free himself from the line, but it only tightened, tangling Barry as well. Both were trapped in the narrow passage, unable to ascend. About 40 minutes later, two tourists entered the cave. Seeing the guideline and spare tanks, they noticed no bubbles rising from the bottom. Sensing something was wrong, they swam deeper. Around 60 meters down, they discovered John and Barry. The tourists immediately turned and swam back toward the cave entrance. Once on land, they called for help. Rescue teams arrived quickly, fully equipped. When they reached John and Barry, both were already dead. John's body still appeared to struggle. Barry floated nearby. Their masks had come off, and their tanks were empty. Both were tangled in ropes, their dive knives untouched. Initial reports suggest severe nitrogen narcosis. The divers were in a drunken-like state. Slow reactions, dizziness, hallucinations, and even unconsciousness. They had no control over their bodies, and with the ropes tangled around them, escape was impossible. After the accident, South Australian authorities tightened control over Picaninny ponds. All divers now must obtain permits in advance. Since then, no further deaths have occurred here. The cave's allure lies in exploring the unknown, but only by strictly following safety rules and avoiding risky shortcuts can divers enjoy the beauty of nature while keeping themselves alive.